So I got a Corvette. You guys are looking at it. I've got a project going on where I am making videos on how to do things on your car. Now, I did run into a little bit of a snag, and I'll kind of point that out. Some of you guys that are good at looking at things and know what you're looking at, you can see it right away. It's in frame what happened, but I'm not really too concerned about it. I kind of figured something was going to break, but it is what it is. So, I got a Corvette. And I noticed a lot of people like my walk around videos and a lot of people really like my tech videos. I don't have very many tech videos on my channel because frankly I don't have the car that I want to do work on, that I want sitting around for a few months. But ironically enough, now I do. The LT4 is going to be put back in the car. Probably I'm kind of shooting for June on that. And until that happens, I'm going to be working on getting this LT1 back out. Yes, I understand. Why'd you put a motor in if you were... Anyway, at the time, I wasn't entirely positive what I wanted to do, whether I wanted to do a 383 or what, or if I wanted to source another LT4 that was used. I had a lot to think about in the process of getting to the point where I was going to either pull this motor or leave it in for a little while longer. It was just a measure to basically get my car running. That way I would have it running depending on when I decided to do whatever, right? So at the end of the day, I'm going to have the LT4 back together and ready to go in a car by, within the next couple of months. All right. 2 or 3 weeks from now, I should be getting the block back from the machine shop. And, beyond that, I don't think that there's anything else really that I need to concern myself with other than I still need to get rods and I still need to get the camshaft. Everything else, we're good to go on. That being said, this is now in the way. It was a learning experience for me. I wanted to do this because of a multitude of reasons. I wanted to see if an LT1 would work in an LT4 car. I wanted to, learn how to do things, before I had to do them, basically. And so it was a good, fun learning experience. And I got to learn the differences between the LT1 versus the LT4. And this has been a fantastic little journey for me. So that being said, we're going to be taking this engine out, and I was going to pull it out, and I was going to just, keep it, whole and then put it off to the side. But I thought to myself, I was like, this is the point right now where I can make some content for you guys, and I can make some how-to videos. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm in the process of making a few videos. My first video was the valve cover removal, and by that I ended up doing an alternator removal, and I'll show you guys here in just a second something cool. So anyway, it's a learning experience for the people watching, because the way I'm treating it is, this is the first time we've looked at it. This is the first time we're doing it. And there are things that are different about my car that are different about other people's cars, and I'm trying to point them out as I go. But all that being said, I don't want to make videos that I don't need to make. And since I am pulling this motor apart anyway to rebuild it and make it a little bit of a more performance-oriented motor, what I'm going to end up doing is pulling the motor apart anyway. So why not use that opportunity to make some content for you guys? So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. Did the valve cover video yesterday and the alternator video, and removing the belt, or using the tensioner and removing the belt. So that is a video that's going to be up here real soon. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the techie videos. A lot of people do, okay? And I know not everybody wants to see me driving across the continent. No, not very many people want to see that, but I've just kind of got a mix of people that want to watch a few things here and a few things there, which I'm okay with. The best thing for you guys to do, if you do like some content of mine more than other content of mine, then leave it in a comment section. Let me know, okay? And I will, depending on where the numbers are going, I'll push it that way. And it's not that big a deal. I mean, if you guys like car show videos, I'll put some more car show videos up. But anyway, I'm not trying to put a bunch of vanilla Corvette content on this channel because this is basically, me in my adventure with this car and or other Corvettes that I do end up getting. So for the time being, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're doing. We're in the process of pulling the LT1 back out of the car, but I'm making some maintenance videos and how to get to things videos that a lot of guys have been asking me for. So what's my big oopsie? Well, let me just kind of fire this off at you guys. These cars are not getting any younger. And one thing that you have to worry about when you're working on older cars is something called heat cycling and petroleum products. Petroleum products and heat cycling is not a good thing. Eventually you cook it to the point where it gets brittle and it cracks, okay? A lot of people find that when they're maneuvering clips, they'll snap off, especially when you're talking about your relays and gizmos and stuff. When I was pulling the alternator off, what I did was I was trying to tip the alternator up. You guys can see what I did now. I was trying to tip the alternator up so I could get the plug out. I got this plug off just fine, which is no big deal. But I wanted to get a little bit more so I could, instead of trying to unclip it from here, which it didn't have a clip, and it did not occur to me that broke off last time when I was putting the engine in, but it did. So anyway, basically what ended up, see how easy that is to break? Look at that. It just, well, that's all coming apart anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. But anyway, what ended up happening is when I pulled the alternator up, this basically disintegrated, which sucks. But it is what it is. It's something that is just a fact of life when you're talking about an older car. That's something I'm going to have to now replace. I had a couple of them back there that I had to replace when I was pulling the car apart. I had ground wires that I had to replace. It's been an adventure, we'll say, with the plastics on this car. Now, I knew this kind of knew this going in because every older vehicle that I've owned, that I still own, my RX-7s especially, a lot of the plastics on them have been heat cycling for 40 years, and all the plastic's brittle. So you kind of look at it, especially with the way the windshield wipers are hooked up on them. The sun beats down right through, and the windshield wiper plug is like right here on the RX-7 in through a vent, and it's beaming the sun right on it, and it ends up disintegrating. So by the time you go to replace the power steering pump, the windshield wiper pump, that ends up falling apart, and you end up with a situation where you gotta either put a new plug on it or you need to isolate those wires so they don't short out and cause you problems. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on. So I'm kind of hoping to be driving the LT4, the 355 LT4 by June, and I'm going to be having some tech videos come up, and it's going to be awesome. Basically, I'm going to put up my blooper, here in the next few days, and so you guys can kind of get an idea of how the primary filming is going to be. I've got a camera that I'm mounting to my head, so you'll be able to see everything that's going on, and you'll be able to experience it firsthand, which is going to be fantastic. I think that's the most reasonable way to film. If there's blind spots that you can't see, I'm gonna finagle a camera into there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm already having fun doing it. I just am waiting for the temperatures to kind of stabilize a little bit so it's not 14 below out here. And I'm probably going to be out here tomorrow making some videos, and I'm probably going to take the intake manifold off, and I'm going to start peeling the front end of the motor off. Anyway, guys, if you got any questions or comments, if there's something specific that you want to see how to take something off on this motor, I'll put that video ahead of the line and you'll be able to see that first. So let's say you want to see how to take this thing off, or you want to take the snorkel here off. I will put that video out before the videos that would reasonably come before, like the valve covers or the intake, or the rocker covers, stuff like that. The reason why is because, I kind of want to help the community out here, and there's not very many good resources out here, and if I can help some people out there, that would be fantastic, because I know that a lot of this stuff, I really didn't have any sources until I actually did it myself, because let's face it. Hey, we're gonna show you how to do the spark plugs. Let me just put you right there. We're gonna do the spark plugs. Just kind of follow along. We got the spark plug wire thing over here. We can do this and that. Those videos don't help, okay? And there are not enough people who are still in it that are savvy enough to make videos. And a lot of the internet has basically become so full of AI rot that it is really hard to find good videos about the things that you're trying to find information on anymore. So it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. That's my update. June, we're going to be under power, hopefully, with the LT4. We're going to do long tube headers a little bit later because everything's going on the motor at this point. And when I'm going to do the exhaust probably this fall, and I still have to get this tuned once I get everything buttoned in. And it's going to be fun. I cannot wait. This is going to be fantastic. I'm already excited about the project. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Questions, comments, leave in the comment section below. Don't be a stranger.